Sure. I'm Sandy Salzman. I'm Executive Director at New Kensington CDC. And while I can't talk to the integrity of the building, I have been riding past it every single day while the scaffolding is up around it, just to look to see whether anything is crumbling, and there has not been anything on the ground. Furthermore, New Kensington has been working with Partners for Sacred Places because one of the concerns that we have is the loss of all of the churches in our neighborhood, not just St. Laurentius, although it's obviously one of the ones that's monumental today. We just lost Pilgrim Congregational Church about 3 months ago, and already they've started building houses on it. You know, our neighborhood has become a hot neighborhood. People want to build houses because they know they can get $400,000, $500,000. And so historic buildings like St. Laurentius are not as paramount as they used to be back in the early 1900s. I am a member of St. Michael's Church, which is over at 2nd and Jefferson, which was burned down during the Know Nothing riots. And so, you know, I know how important the history is to all of the churches in the neighborhood and how it acts as a touchstone for the community, because everybody remembers something. I mean, for me, St. Laurentius, what my memory is, and this is going to sound silly, the night I got engaged, I went to midnight mass, and I was able to show everybody my ring at St. Laurentius. You know, so, I mean, we all have a memory, anybody who's lived in the neighborhood. New Kensington does tours. One of the favorite churches that we did tours of is St. Laurentius. So, you know, I just hope that you will consider this application. Thank you.
Joe.
Good morning. My name is Joseph Jankowski. I was born and raised in Fishtown and St. Laurentius Parish. Went to St. Laurentius School, graduated, went on to bigger and better things. My mother and father were married in St. Laurentius in 1938. God bless them. Rest in peace. And the church, the parish, is the people. It's not just the building, it's the people. And this is what the Church of St. Laurentius represents. If you really are objective, this church is an architectural masterpiece. Part of that has been said already, but it's true. Interior and exterior. You just have to go visit it. And we're hoping in September, His Holiness will come and visit St. Laurentius Church to show him that it's an architectural masterpiece and represents the heart and soul, as you saw a sign out front here, of the people of Fishtown and the parish of St. Laurentius. Thank you for your consideration.
Hi, my name is Irene McAdams. I live in Fishtown. I'm fourth of a 6th generation of parishioners at St. Laurentius. I'm sure you all grew up and had customs. Your mother, your grandparents kept customs from your nationality when you were children. That's how it is for us at St. Laurentius. We know we can go there at Easter time and get the food blessed. We know at Christmas Eve we get our quartet there. It's part of a custom that we do for Polish people. But we also know that all people are welcome in St. Laurentius. Everybody has memories of St. Laurentius, and they're all good memories. I'm just asking you to take these into consideration and remember when you were young and how your customs were with your families. All these mean things. It all means things to all these people in this group. And please take that into consideration when you think about St. Laurentius. Thank you.
I'm working here for some 30 years. And what amazed me about this first church is I'm studying about Polish culture, how it appears in America. Transformations, what is brought in, what is kept out. And I was amazed how consciously this design was shaped. Absolutely. They picked up everything that was already in Philadelphia, culturally, patterned, introduced. Maybe I will prepare you a essay later on when we are concerned with the interior. But that's the fact. They picked up what they couldn't bring in, they would pattern, they would redesign, they what American Polish Congress President said, servicing other nationalities. Part of it was that they had a coat of arms of Poland on one of the walls with the nationalities which were part of Poland before separation to three states. So we were representing not only Polish people, but Lithuanians and Ukrainians. They were in this coat of arms on the wall. Mary was inside, and all around the coat of arms of Poland, Eagle, Lithuania, and the Archangel Ukraine. So we were there together, and amazing, this same the coat of arms appeared when they organized the Polish National Alliance. They picked it up from the Polish culture. The same sign is their logo, continuing till today, even though those nationalities have separate statehood nowadays. So the same with other cultural So amazing that they cultivated. They didn't at that moment. They didn't create anything new. They just started something.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I missed it. Something came to my mind, and of course it's discussing John Wisniewski, Save St. Laurentius, Friends of St. Laurentius Committee. I was born and raised in Fishtown, baptized in '54, been a parishioner ever since. But one thing that's very important, I know we have blended culturally, as you can see by everyone's names that are part of our community. Now you look back at the 75th anniversary book, and it's exclusively Polish, and now it's blended into a very vibrant, non-decentralized Polish parish, but once again, very vibrant. But just from the historical perspective, I would, it might be slightly biased, but I really believe that there's a relative neglect of a lot of things, or many things that are Polish in origin in the city, to recognize them historically. This is, of our churches, the mother church of all the churches in the city. Many of the other ones have been demolished, are no longer here. You know, at least starting with the outside and then hopefully working to the inside will keep this at your discretion at my time in the neighborhood of Fishtown. Thank you.
Mr. Oscar's going to say anything, I'll just remember from
Okay, so I just want to hand this letter out. I just got a letter yesterday from the Pennsylvania Historical Museum Commission. Basically, they evaluated the complex, the entire complex, not just the church itself, but the other buildings, and they determined it to be individually eligible for listing in the National Register. So, I mean, even though that's, you know, a different criterion, it's still good to know that they consider this significant on a national level. And I just want to thank the commission for allowing everyone to testify and for potentially protecting the cultural heritage that others won't protect. Thank you.
I'll just sum up on this thing. I'm speaking as a person rather than a lawyer right now. We're not people, but speaking about from a perspective of somebody who could throw a baseball and hit it, and who raises their children there. And we've seen how my community in my 38 years has morphed from what everybody would agree was a white, working class, Irish and Polish Catholic neighborhood to a very eclectic place. And the eclecticism requires St. Laurentius, because the people who move to our community need to know who forged it, who had the audacity to build a church with 150-foot spires on Burke Street in 1880s. The guts that it took for those people to do that with their own money requires this commission to designate this historic. My children who look at this and ask me every day when they see something on television being demolished and say, is that what they want to do to St. Laurentius? Is that what they want to do to St. Laurentius? And I say yes. But I ask you to not consider what they want to do to it. Evaluate this on its merits. And just like those 150-foot spires that reached to the sky and back then said, this means something, I'm asking you to use your own criterion to demonstrate to the commission at large and then to the city at large that what exists at Berks and Memphis means something, because it certainly meets your criterion. I ask you to vote in favor of our application.